Okay, so we're going to work on area of a circle. This is just review. This video, I could not get it to work just right, so hopefully you can see it, and definitely you can hear me. So anyway, area of the circle, and what we're going to do is think about area, right? It's the amount of flat space, like horizontal, that something will cover. All right, so the area that a shape will cover, that's its area. So not the distance around, that's different. So we are looking for area. Well, when we have a circle, there's a few different measurements that you may see. So one of them goes through the midpoint all the way across, and that is called the diameter. And so we abbreviate that with a lowercase d. That stands for diameter, and it is the distance all the way across the circle through the midpoint. That's important, right? So it's the farthest distance across the circle. And we can find what we usually need for area of circle, not usually, this is what we do need, is radius. Radius is half that distance. So you need to think about the information that you're given about a circle and use that information accordingly. So radius, we abbreviate that with a lowercase r, and it is half the diameter. So it's half the distance across the circle. All right, so that is the information that we're going to need. All right, and so the area of a circle is the radius squared times pi. Right, so we can show that as, we just rewrite that as A equals pi r squared. Right, so that is formula for area of a circle. So all you need to know is the radius, which is half the distance across the circle. And you may think to yourself, hey, but what really is pi? How do we know what pi is? Most of you know, right, if I ask you, it's 3.14. But really, pi is just a ratio. It is a ratio about using the circumference and the diameter. So, right, what is circumference? Because that's something else students get confused with circles. So circumference is just the distance around the outside of the circle. So it's kind of like the perimeter of an object. I would not say it's called the perimeter because it's not exactly the same thing, but a circumference is the distance around the outside of a circle. And so it is what it contributes to pi, right? So pi is just a ratio. It's a ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. And the really cool, awesome, kind of like mind-blowing thing is that all circles end up with the same ratio. So every circle, if you measure the outside of the circle and the distance across the circle and put them into a fraction, the fraction always comes out to the same thing. It comes out to pi, right? Pi, 3.14 and a bunch of other numbers. It continues on. It is an irrational number. We talked about that this year, meaning it never repeats and never stops. So, right? So pi, so circumference over diameter equals pi. And we do a little bit of math, multiply both sides by the diameter to get it out of the denominator, and you end up with the formula for circumference, which is pi times diameter. So there you go. That's what pi is, that's what circumference is, and that's how you find the area of a circle. All right, so all your questions about circles hopefully answered right there. All right, hopefully that gets you through what you need for the other parts of 8th grade math, which is volume of a cylinder and some more volumes of circular shapes we are going to do later this year. All right, so good luck and hit me up with any questions. Thanks. Bye.